Hi everyone, welcome to day 8 of the Valentine / love card a day for 14 days. This time I'm calling this the Picture This Love, and it's because I'm primarily focused on using the Picture This dies, which are these two sets of dies. Now I'll show you 2 card examples, but then we're going to switch the paper. For these two, you've seen this paper for a couple of cards previously, right? Both of these papers are from the Sweet Talk, but we're going to change gears a little bit today. And also, this was using A Grand Kid, You Are So Loved, and I think I put Happy Valentine's Day in this one, which is from the A Wish for Everything die set or stamp set. And this one I used Banner Year and just put XOXO and the hearts and a little one of the circles that punched out. And I used Blushing Bride cardstock on this one. I bumped up these 3 circles on dimensionals, and I stamped on one of the Blushing Bride cutouts, which I saved that piece somewhere, and I cut out, obviously, out of the designer paper, and I think the back of this is this paper, so these cutouts are actually the back of this. And I used the ribbon, the trim from the it's in the annual catalog. It comes in a duo with this black and white twine. Okay, here it is, Playful Pets combo pack. There's black and white baker's twine, and there's this ribbon, but I used that all up on these 2 cards, and maybe something else in a future video, or maybe one I already did. On this one, I cut circles out of Real Red, and I ran this through the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. I did not cut, this is just a backing piece of designer paper, but then I took one of the circles I cut out also, just like I did here. This is a smaller circle, and I still stamped the You Are So Loved and put it on there, and then the inside is just bits of the paper. I actually added a sheet of paper in here. I have a little extra little dot of ink there for some reason. Anyway, those are the ones I did, and they're okay. But now we just got in a special deal, which I announced on my Thursday live, and it will be available February 1st. There's this bundle, which you can either get the bundle or just individual bits, and also there's 6x6 paper called All Together, and I'm using the heart and Love Changes Everything. I don't know what I'll put on the inside of the card yet, and we're still going to use the Picture This, and there's a little heart die we're going to use, but I think that's the only one out of here. I forgot about that. Let me get that out. And I kind of done part of this card ahead of time. Now in the paper, what made me think of this is, and I thought, well, how am I going to do this? I don't have any more days left in my 14 days, right? But I came across this paper. I remembered this when I was showing it to you. It's black with white hearts. And then also there is a opposite. Of course I cannot find it when I went to. It's white with black hearts, and they're different hearts. Alright, I think it's this. No, it's not that one. It's the one that has little hands on it. So here it is, this one. So these are the 2 papers I picked out to use for this card, and I picked out basic black cardstock, and like I said, the Love Changes Everything and the little heart. Now this heart is just an outline stamp. I tested it, but the little die should cut it out, and that will be okay for what I need it for. So to get started, I brought a thick Whisper White card base, and I yeah, it's an A2 5.5 by 4 1/4. I took a piece of basic black 5 1/4 by 4. I ran it through the gingham. First I die cut it because I wanted the black piece. Originally I wanted the black piece here without any embossing on it so that I could heat emboss on it, because I was thinking I was going to do this So You Are So Loved. But here's the embossing folder. This is in the January to June mini on page 9. It's part of the Sweet Talk Suite. But what I found is this one that has these hearts, the other side has these hands, and that just happens to fit there. And I don't know that I'll color that. And then the back of this is, if I can get them up, I didn't glue any of these down yet, is the little white hearts. The back is these, like, these. And this particular one just happened to cut out there. So we're actually going to heat emboss with white a heart on black cardstock and then cut it out and put it on there. And then our sentiment is going to be heat embossed on black and go across here. And I think that'll look nice. You could also put it on white with black memento tuxedo black if you don't like heat embossing. And then for ribbons, we have 3 choices. The black and white gingham. I don't know that I can tie a bow good with this. Maybe I can do a fake bow with it, but that would be pretty. Or maybe I'll use this black and white. I think this is how I'll go, because I used a thinner trim on this one and it worked out pretty well. I'll see. I'm not sure. I might even want to go and wrap this around a few times like this. I'm kind of thinking I might like to do that. So we shall see when we get there. This is a little more of a winging it kind of thing. So let's get to, since I didn't want to take the time. So basically what I did is I die cut 3 times with the Picture This dies. Here are the other 2 sheets. I first cut these down to 4 and 5 1/4 by 4, and then I die cut them, because then I can use them as backing pieces. Like I could do this on this white cardstock, and I have extra bits left over that I didn't insert in here, right? I have these that I can put in, and I have some of these as well. So, and I have some plain black. So I'm going to just stack them on there so I don't lose them also, and put them aside. Okay, and then since these are 6 by 6 papers, I first cut them down to 4, I guess, and then I have a bit off the end from the, yeah, 1/2 inch off the one bottom part. So I'll put them aside too. And I'll get rid of these extra papers. When I get rid of them, I'll put them back in the pack thing. Alright, so we're going to heat emboss. Let's do our sentiment first. I need my Versamark, which is probably really cruddy. Yep. I probably ought to order another new Versamark. And I probably ought to re-ink. Oh, and we don't sell this anymore, but I'm going to use it anyway. Sometimes I don't like it on black because it leaves a little powdery substance, which is what it's supposed to do. But, you know. Alright. I'm going to put it right about here. Love changes everything. And I'm also going to do the heart down a little further so that I can die cut the heart after I cut this. I'll put that down the other end actually. How's that? Alright. Now let me clean my stamps a little bit real quick just to get that sticky off. And now I have my embossing powder here. I'm going to get a sheet of really used scrap. And I have two containers of the white embossing powder in here. I think I have a line on this, so I have to brush that off. Hang on. I have an old little paintbrush here. I didn't notice that when I inked it. Trying not to get oils from my skin on here. And then let's do the heart side. We have that on there too. Alright, so lesson. This is the first time I used this stamp set. Don't push so hard when you're inking on your Versamark. Actually, let me go in there one more time on that because I took some of the ink off my heart. Okay, and I don't think I did on this one. Okay, close your embossing powder and put it somewhere else before you use your heating tool, your heat gun. Stampin' Up sells a heat gun. I do not have the Stampin' Up one. I had this before I joined Stampin' Up. So I'm going to be noisy, so close your ears. You can start underneath. I'm doing the heart first. And warm up the paper and just keep your heat tool moving. And there's that's done. And then we'll do the same over here. Keep it moving. And that's really done as well. Make sure, yep. I can get rid of this paper. Alright, put my heat tool away. And put my powdery thing away. Also, I have mine in that container. I think it's just as easy to use like a coffee filter or something. I'm going to get out a little trimmer. Just lop a piece of this off, and I'm going to run this through a die cut machine with this on. And hopefully that'll show up good. And let's see how big I want this. I actually think I'm going to cut it down. Well, I have to cut it this way first. I don't want it 4 inches. Will 3.5 work? Let's start with 3.5. We can cut it down more if we want to. I'm actually going to trim off just a sliver here. That's too much. So it's going to be like 1 7/8 inch. I think. I actually wanted, I might take another 1/8 inch off the top so that we end up with 3/4 inch. That I cut crooked. I sure did. Alright. Should have used my regular trimmer. That I think is too much. Now we're going to end up with 7. Alright, we're going to have to do it again. Never mind. Alright, so what I'm going to do is cut this down to 3/4 inch. And then just go ahead and stamp and heat emboss on here. I'm not going to make you watch through that, so I'll do that and I'll come right back. Alright everyone, I stamped it a little crooked, but I'm better with this one than I was the other one. And then I also did die cut the little heart out, which has a piece of sticky tape on it. And that's how it looks white embossed on the black cardstock. So I think I'm going to bump this one up, and I'm going to put it on a piece of black cardstock to make it a little thicker. And actually I'm going to use, I guess I'll use white glue to do that. And then I'm probably going to not bump this one up, but I'm going to put the heart on there and bump the heart up, okay? And then I'll decide which other ones I want to bump up and which I don't. And we're going to glue down our background here first. So, and you could color in, no, I don't think I'll color it in. I want to keep it monochromatic. But, you know, that one side of that paper, you could color the skin and the heart. And I will be doing some of that eventually. Alright, I'm going to move these out of the way. And I'm actually just going to glue this embossed piece down onto the cardstock. Pretty easy. You've probably seen a lot of people using the picture this in many different ways. This is a standalone die. It doesn't have it doesn't have a matching stamp set or anything. Alright, so this piece we're going to bump up. Let's go ahead and do that. I have my black Stampin' Dimensional combo pack, except that the only ones I have left are the minis. It's a combo. I think it has 1 or 2 sheets of regular and let me see if it says on here. No, of course not. But it has 3 sheets of unless I combined some. I'm not sure anymore. It's been a while since I've used them. That one, the wrapper came off already. Anyway, it is a combination of the larger size and these minis. I'm going to put quite a few on since they're minis. Because I do that. And these are in the annual catalog as well. So, you know, you can order them with your next dimensional set. I actually should get a, I think I just put in a, oops, I think I lost a guy. I don't know. Maybe that one wasn't on here, but he's going on now. If he'll stay on. He won't stay on, so he's going in the trash. Alright, all the papers are off. I'm just going to put that right there. And then this one I'm going to glue down and put right in here. And we're going to, oops, that was a different one, but it works. I think I didn't want that one that way because that had more hearts on it. Oh well. This one can get glued down up here. We could cut out a little white heart, right? And just do that. Okay. Let's put dimensionals on our heart. Again, they're minis. I'm going to put them here. I don't know if there's room for 2. Let's see. There's room for 3. I'm going to smush them up against each other and make this a solid heart, actually, because it's going to be bumping up on this card. I don't want it falling off or anything. Except I'm having a little trouble here because I have fat fingers. I have fat fingers. Now that paper got stuck under the other one. There we go. Boy, this is like a what not to do session here. And let's see if that shows a little bit. So I'm going to take my snips, my ones I don't mind getting gooey, turning it this way and cutting at an angle down like that. Okay, and let's stick that on here. There we go. That looks nice. Now let's put our other circles on. We'll just glue this down too, because I have to put our sentiment over that, right? And that has the black and white hearts. And then I think we'll just glue the rest of them down, because the sentiment's going to be popped up too. And that's going to kind of go across the bottom ones here. So that is that. Now for the sentiment, actually I need those. I'm trying to figure out let's see, it's going to be bumped up. I think I want to have something behind it, like a piece of weight behind it maybe. So let me see if I have a 1-inch piece here. And I was debating doing the edges. Oh, that's not quite wide enough for what I want to do. Let me see. Go back to my stash here. This looks a little wider. Yeah. And see how that will look. I might actually slim it down by 1/8 of an inch. And then that'll go across here. Oh, you know what? I put this down. I shouldn't have done that. See, I wasn't thinking. I was going to put this twine and wrap it around, but I can't do that now. So I think I'll just do a twine bow on here. All right, let me look at measurements here. This is, what did we say? 3 1/4. So let's make this be 3 1/2. And that side, I'm cut about 1/8 of an inch. You know what? I have to do that on the other trimmer. Well, maybe I don't. All right, this is 3 1/4. I mean 1 1/4 roughly. So I'm going to cut it down to 1 1/8, or approximately. I think that looks straight-ish. Let's see how I did. The paper was a little crooked, but hopefully it's still not. I think it is still just a little. And then that'll go here, and then we'll have a bow. I think that'll do it, actually. I think that'll do. And we're going to bump it up. The whole thing. Oops. Now I have to decide whether I want the checkerboard bow. This is a tiny bit crooked, so I am actually going to put that in here against the edge. Oops. And try and even that out just ever so slightly. There we go. That might have been easier to do on the actual big trimmer, but I don't have much room on this desk. Alright, so now let's get our... I'm going to actually use my white dimensionals because they're bigger on this one. Oops, those aren't bigger on this one. These are, though. And the other thing you could do is use the adhesive foam adhesive sheets. They would also work. Now, the thing is... okay, I left room, which is good. I was thinking that it would interfere, but it doesn't. It doesn't, so that's good. You know what? I'm going to put one right here, too, because it'll look like too much space. So, sorry this one's so long, but this is sort of a figure it out as we go one. I'm going to actually do one more here, because I don't want this bending. That's a lot of dimensionals. You're probably cringing. Oh well, sorry. I'm going to put this right here. And then we have to decide, do we want the twine or just a tiny little bow with this? I actually think I'm going to use the twine this time because it has a little more white in it, but I think I'm going to do a double bow. So I'm going to roll quite a bit out and then double it up and do a double bow. Oh, twisted there. Pull that through a little bit. And then get my other scissors and cut it off the roll and then cut this and see how we look. It might be a little big, and it's going to go here. Let me trim a little more of that off here. I think I like it. Let's see, maybe like that. And actually, you know, I don't want to cover up the hands. Maybe right there, I think we'll do. It covers up some of the littler hands, but it's all right. As long as the big one shows, because I like that part. So I'm just going to get a glue dot, or mini glue dots, and put it just here below that. And actually I need to cut these just a little more, so they're not hanging off the edge of the paper. So that is, again, the Playful Pets Combo Pack. Trims and twine. I have a piece of dimensional stuck on my scissors. And put them away. Now, on the inside, well, before we get to the inside, now we have some choices. I brought out iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, but I don't think I like them with it. The opal rounds that are in the annual on page 143 are a possibility. We have these new classic matte dots, and there's a white in it, which I'm kind of actually thinking about those. And then we also have these silver and clear epoxy essentials. These are in the annual catalog also on page 142, and I'm kind of liking these. Not the clear ones, but the ones with the silver backing. Yes, I think I'm going to use those. It's either those or these white on this one. So we're going to use these. Just put a couple of these on to sparkle it up a little bit. It's a shame they didn't put these out with hearts, but they didn't. It's all rounds, diamonds, and like raindrops. And I want one over here. And where do I want another one? Down here? No, I think I want it up here, but I can't. Maybe here. There we go. All right, that's enough. So these again are the silver and clear epoxy essentials, and I use the silver. And then we have to decide the inside of our card. I could just stamp, I think I'm just going to stamp a heart in black ink in here and leave it at that. Now there's the sentiments in that stamp set are, I promise we'll get through this together, you matter to me. I could put you matter to me, but it's sort of, I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put you matter to me, which I don't have out of the stamp set yet. And I need another block, and I can put this one away and do that one. All right, let's stick this on here for now. Oops, I'm knocking things down. Okay, you matter to me. I need the sticker for it. I just go like that to make it not too sticky, right? And I don't usually stamp right on the inside of a card because I don't always get it straight, but we're going to try it. And then, so you're getting a lesson here also on how to put your stickers on. Put your sticker on a block, then peel the back of it off, and put your stamp down, and then come eyeball the edges and try and make sure you get them pretty well on so you're not trimming it all down, and then just push down. And that is the best way to put these on that I have found, that I learned. Okay, so I'm just going to use Memento Tuxedo Black, and since it's the first time using this stamp, me get a piece of scrap here. And works pretty good. And this had Versamark on it before. Okay. And I put a few hearts in it. I have to stand up because I really don't want to. If I mess this up, I'll have to bring in another piece of white. Now what you could do also is bring in one of the circles that we had left, right? And put them on. But you know what? I'm going to put a couple hearts in here. Just like that. And that's it. Love changes everything. You matter to me. Okay. All right. And that is our love card for day, I think it's 8. Or if you want to use the Sweet Talk paper, you could do something like these two. I actually think this one is my favorite, but you decide. If you want to use them for Valentine's Day, I'd probably go with one of these. If you just want a love card for any time, I would go with this one. I think it's classy looking. I like black and white together. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And I know this is long, and I apologize, but I hope you enjoyed it. I will talk to you the next time. Tomorrow, day 9. Stay tuned. All right. Bye for now. Hugs, love, and peace.